Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to 1949. We got the Giants at the Phillies here today. The Giants, of course, lost game one of this doubleheader 2-1. Here's the second game as Willard Marshall takes the strike from Schoolboy Rowe and the ball. 1-1 now the count on Marshall. Schoolboy Rowe with a 1.32 ERA. There's a ground ball over to second base. Miller has it, throws to first, one away. Here's Bill Rigney. Rowe pitching well this season. There's a strike on Rigney and another strike on him. A little bit of a late call, but another strike called. 0-2 the count. Swing and a foul tip. Still 0-2 on Rigney. That's fouled straight back. It remains 0-2. And there's a ground ball over to Hamner at short. Throws to first, and he's out as Sisler caught that throw that was offline and tagged Rigney. Coming down the baseline, 2 away, and here's Sid Gordon hitting .311. Rowe, 0-0 record, only pitched 14 1/3 innings now. 2-2 is the count here on Gordon, and that's inside on him, but it's fouled away. 2-2, that's high. Full count now on Sid. That's hit over to left field, and Ennis has it for the out. We go to the bottom of the first. I was about to say, Schoolboy Rowe pitching pretty well in this replay, though I haven't pitched him that much. Andy Semenick takes the ball here for the Phillies, and then a strike, 1-1 the count, bottom of the first, no score, and that's fouled away. It's 1-2. Clint Hartung up for the Giants, 5.32 ERA, and he gets Semenick to swing and miss at that one for the first out, one away, and here is Del Ennis. Hartung, 2-1 in the season. There's a strike into Ennis, 5.25 the ERA, 24 innings pitched. There's a ground ball over to Kerr, who throws to first, 2 gone, and it's Granny Hamner. Hamner lines one out just over Kerr's head at short and into left field for a base hit. That'll bring up Willie Jones, runner on at first base, and Hamner's got some speed. Throw to first, nothing doing, and here he goes. No, he doesn't go on this one, and that's way inside. Jones has to get out of the way to avoid being hit by that one. 1-0 is the count. And there was ball too low. It's 2-0 on Jones. Moved to first, Hamner's back. And there he goes, and there's another ball, and that ball gets away and goes into short center field, so Hamner winds up over on third base. 3-0 the count now on Willie Jones. He's going to take this pitch, and that's ball 4 all the way, and that'll bring up Bill Nicholson. So runners on at first and third, 2 outs, bottom of the first. Nicholson takes the ball low, 1-0 the count. There's one outside, 2-0. Hartung, 15 walks so far this season against 7 strikeouts. There's a strike to Bill, 2-1. It's at the left center field, and Thompson can't get there. That'll score at least 1, and here comes Jones around to try to score as well, and that's a close play at the plate, but he slides in safe under the tag. Nicholson ends up over at second base with the double, and that'll bring up Dick Sisler. 2-0 Phillies, bottom of the first. There's a ball in there to Sisler, and another ball high. 2-0 is the count. Hit over to center field, and boy, Thompson looked like he had that one all the way, and then it knuckled on him a little bit, and he was able to go back and stay with it for the out. So fly ball to center field ends it. We go to the top of the second, and here is Bobby. And he hits a line drive between Jones and Hamner into left field for a base hit, first pitch swinging. That'll bring up Johnny Mize. And there's a breaking ball that broke a little bit too much and hits Mize in the side, and so he takes his base. Nobody out, 2 on, and here's Whitey Lockman. There is a ball way outside to Whitey, and then a fly ball over to center field. Ashburn has it for the out. Thompson easily able to go over to third base, 1 away, and here comes Walker Cooper. Schoolboy Rowe, as I said, hasn't had too many starts here this season. There's a fly ball over to center field again. Ashburn is able to go down and grab that one. It's deep enough to score the run. Just like that, it's 2-1 Phillies. Here now is Buddy Kerr. Kerr takes a pitch on the outside corner for a strike. It's 0-1, and that's high. 1-1 the count. 2-1 as that one missed. Rowe, not much of a pitcher in real life for the Phillies, but he's doing pretty well here, and he's given up a base hit over to right field by Kerr, so runners are on first and second now with 2 outs. Top of the second, still 2-1 the score. Rowe, in real life, 4.68 the ERA, 3-7 record, 65 1/3 innings pitched. Probably going to get more than that in this replay, but we'll see what happens. 1-1's the count now on Clint Hartung. With a 1.76 ERA, he should get more innings than that. 2-2 now the count on Clint. That's fouled away. Remains 2-2. And is fouled away again by the pitcher. 2-2. And there's a swing and a miss, and that does it. We go to the bottom of the second. So 2-1 the score remains. It'll be Richie Ashburn up here to hit for the Phillies. He takes a ball high, and then a fastball for a strike down the heart of the plate. Ground ball over to second base. Rigney has that one. Throws to first for the out. 1 away. And up now is Eddie Miller. Takes the ball inside. 1-0. Belts that one deep to left field, and it just blows foul. 1-1 the count. Pop up left side. Gordon, third baseman, has that for the out. 2 away, and here's Schoolboy Rowe. Takes the ball. No hits this season, of course. Hits a little fly ball over to the left field. Lockman's got it. We go to the top of the third. And here is Marshall. Willard Marshall gets a base hit over into that was into right field. First pitch swinging again. I tell you, these Giants love to go after that first one. This is one of those interesting things, by the way, about Diamond Mine Baseball you don't see in every single game. If you have the ability to play with these pitch-by-pitch mode on, you can see the teams that have players that will swing at the first pitch and the teams that won't. There's Rigney swinging at the first pitch as a ground ball over to Sisler, throws to Hamner at second for one, but is just able to beat that one out at first base to avoid the double play. And there's one away. Rigney now the runner on at first. Here is Sid Gordon. Gordon's 0 for 1 so far today, hitting .309 this season. 1-0 the count on him, and he hits a ground ball over to Miller. Miller throws to first, and Rigney moves up to second. So there's 2 away here for Bobby Thomson. Thomson, of course, hitting .286, 6 home runs so far this season, driven in 23. And there's a base hit by Thomson over to left side past Granny Hamner, and Ennis comes up with his ball. He will throw home, try to get Rigney, and that throw is not in time, and that run is scored. And it's a 2-2 ball game just like that. That'll bring up Johnny Mize, 2-2, top of the third. Ground ball left side, Hamner has it, and he flips that one out over to Miller, and Miller drops it, and no, he picks it up again, and they're going to say that that was an out in the end. So another one of these sort of rare plays. We've had our share of rare plays here recently. That was the little ground ball again to the shortstop Hamner, who flipped it over to Miller, and Miller dropped it, but they're saying that he had enough possession of it so that they would call it safe. 2-2 is the score as we go to the bottom of the third inning, and here's Andy Semenick. That's a play you don't see all the time where the fielder dropped it. There's a ball to Semenick and another ball, 2-0 the count. In the dirt for ball 3, and Andy will take this one from Clint, and that's ball 4. Walk number 27 taken by Semenick so far this season. Hartung has walked 2 and struck out 1, and that brings up Del Ennis. Now, Semenick, not much of a base runner. There's a ball to Ennis. That's the trick with having him hit first, but he's getting on base. 1-1 pitch is there to Ennis, and that's grounded over third base. That'll be a fair ball, and Semenick is making his turn at third, and we're going to send him home. Here comes the throw to the plate, and it's a good throw, relay throw by Kerr, and they get him at the plate. And so Ennis winds up on second base, and there's one out here, bottom of the third inning, still a tie ball game. Here's Granny Hamner. There's a ball inside to Hamner, too close, and there's a strike. 1-1 quickly on Granny. That's low and away. 2-1 is the count. That's way high. It's a 3-1 count on Hamner's going to take this pitch, and that's ball 4, and Clint Hartung's still struggling with that control. 3 walks given up so far, and we're only in the bottom of the third inning. There's a strike to Willie Jones, and then another ball, 1-1. Swing and a miss on the fastballs, 1-2, and that's on the inside corner for strike 3. 2 away here, bottom of the third. Still runners on at first and second. Bill Nicholson now takes the ball inside, 1-0. Fastball for a strike outside edge, 1-1, as they do inside out. And there's a fly ball to center. Thompson has that for the out. We go to the top of the fourth. Whitey Lockman here from New York, top of the fourth. It's a ground ball over to Willie Jones at third. He makes the play cleanly, throws to first, 1 away. Walker Cooper now takes the ball high, 1-0. Fouls that one back, 1-1 the count. And that's back to the screen. Another foul ball, 1-2. A little pop-up, short right field. Nicholson runs in, grabs that, 2 away. Here's Buddy Kerr, and boy, that ball is inside, and it just grazes his uniform. They'll call that a hit by pitch. So Rowe has hit 2 so far today. That'll bring up Clint Hartung, the pitcher, again, and he rips one over third base that goes just foul. 0-1 the count on Hartung. That's hit to left field, not quite deep enough. Ennis has that for the out, and we go to the bottom of the fourth. Dick Sisler here for the Phillies. Bottom of the fourth inning, 2-2 tie. 2 balls in a row on Sisler, 2-0 the count. That's in the dirt. 3-0 now the count on Sisler, and he swings away and hits one over to right field. Marshall's got that for the out, 1 away. Richie Ashburn now, and I should have told him to take 2 straight balls on Ashburn. And there's a foul ball, 2-1. Foul back, it's 2-2 on Richie. Foul back again, remains 2-2 the count. Ground ball second base. Shortstop actually. Kerr right behind the bag, throws to first, 2 gone. It'll be Eddie Miller here. Eddie Miller hitting 141, not doing much here. We're in late May. You say, well, it's just the beginning part of the season. We don't have much season left. 1-2 is the count on Miller. That's fouled off. We're getting to the point where we have enough at-bats where if he's going to hit something, he's got to have to do it soon. It's a ground ball over to Gordon, and he doesn't do it there. Third baseman throws to first for the out, and we go to the top of the fifth. It'll be Willard Marshall here for the Giants, and he grounds one up the middle. It's Miller, the second baseman, who grabs this, throws to first, 1 away. Bill Rigney now takes the pitch low, 1-0, and there's one in there on the corner, 1-1. Fly ball center field. Ashburn's got to be in on that one, 2 gone, and here's Sid Gordon. Gordon takes the strike, takes the fastball high, 1-1, and that's way inside on him. It's 2-1. That's high again, 3-1 the count. And there's ball 4 to Gordon. So Rowe has finally given up a walk today, his first walk so far of the game. Bobby Thomson now promptly hits the ball through the whole left side for a base hit, and that puts runners on at first and second. That'll bring up Johnny Mize. Mize takes a strike, 0-1, and hits one over to right center field, and it's Ashburn and Nicholson standing there looking at each other. Nobody goes after the ball, and it drops between them. Mize will end up on second with a double, and 2 runners score, and it's a 4-2 lead for the Giants. So that's a real comedy of errors there for the Phillies, and that's what a second division club looks like. That's what they experienced right there. Fly ball over to right center field, and neither outfielder wanted to go after that one. And here comes Whitey Lockman. Tough luck on Schoolboy Rowe, who's pitched well. 4-2 now the score against him. And Lockman gets a base hit over to the left side, and here comes Mize around to try to score. Sorry, right side here. There's the throw, and he's called safe at the plate. It's a 5-2 ball game, and you got to wonder how long the Schoolboy is going to stay in there. Walker Cooper takes a ball inside, 1-0, and fouls one away, 1-1 the count. Ground ball right side, Miller has that, throws over to first for the out. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning. So it'll be Schoolboy Rowe up here to lead this off. And you do have to wonder, do you keep him in this game? Do you take him out now after giving up that 3 spot? What do you do? I mean, we'll take a look here really quickly at the Phillies and see. We do have a number of guys who can come in. I'm thinking Ken Trinkle, Constantine, we don't necessarily want to put in this type of game. We've got Bicknell, we've got Donnelly. It's probably best for us actually to take Rowe out. The other thing that I'm thinking about here is that Schoolboy Rowe is 39 years old. He's pitched fairly well so far this season, but he's probably not going to win this game if we leave him in. So we're going to go for it. We're going to do this the way a modern manager would. It'll be Eddie Whitecuss who comes in. He's going to be the pinch hitter, bottom of the 5th inning, and he takes a strike, 0-1. And there's a fastball inside again, 1-1, 2-1 now. That's high and inside, 3-1's the count. And Eddie will take this pitch, and they're going to call that a strike. Full count now on Eddie. That's fouled away. Full count remains. And that's low and outside for ball 4, and he takes his base. That'll bring up Andy Semenuk with the runner on at first. A fastball by Hartung for a strike, 0-1. And there's a foul straight back, 1-2 now the count. That's fouled away, 0-2. That misses wide, 1-2. And that's just inside 2-2 now on Semenuk. And that's around the letters a little bit high. Full count now on Andy. It's hit over left field, and that's a base hit. Nice hit by Semenuk, and we're going to, of course, stop Whitecuss at second. Nobody out. Down by 3. Here comes Del Ennis. So Hartung having a hard time there with his control. He has a strike on Ennis and another one at the knees, 0-2 on Del. That hits over the gap in left field, and that's going to go all the way to the wall, and that will score at least one. Here comes Semenuk around trying to score as well, and he slides in safely on the double by Del Ennis, and that makes this a 5-4 ball game just like that. So we did the right thing. Whitecuss scores, Semenuk scores, Ennis at second base. It's a 5-4 ball game in favor of the Giants. We have a ball game here, folks. Granny Hamner now will face Hank Berman. There's a ball inside to Hamner. And another ball to him, 2-0 the count. Berman, 5.79 ERA, 0-1 so far this season, 9 1/3 innings. There's a ground ball over to Rigney, and he makes the play, throws to first, but Hamner's in there in time, and of course Ennis moves over to third. That brings up Willie Jones, runners on at first and third, nobody out. Let's run it and try to get this base stolen. There's a strike to Willie, 0-1. And there's a little pop-up. The shortstop Kerr has that one for the out, one away. Bill Nicholson. Still runners on the corners, and there's a ground ball over to short. Kerr has got it, and Ennis comes to score, and that ball game is tied as Kerr has to make the play at first. 2 away, 5-5 the score. Here now is Dick Sisler, bottom of the 5th inning, and this has been an exciting one. Sisler fouls one away, 0-1, and that's inside. He checked his swing, 1-1. There's a pitch in under the hands, 2-1 the count on Sisler, and that's high for ball 3, 3-1, and that's below the knees. That will be a walk, and that means there's runners on at first and second now with 2 outs. Richie Ashburn, the batter. Richie's 0 for 2, 242 the average, and there's a ball high to him. 14 RBIs so far this season for Ashburn, and there's a strike down the pipe, 1-1. That's low, so 2-1 the count. And there's a little bouncer wide of first base, and the first baseman has it, flips over to the pitcher for the out, and we will go to the top of the 6th. I'm kind of cut the description short a little bit because I'm looking at this trying to figure out what we're going to do. Trying to think, do we take Ashburn out or not? I think we don't. I think what we're going to do is we're just going to do this sort of traditional. It'll be Blix Donnelly who will come in. So he's going to come in here in the number 9 spot. even though it will be the second batter due up in the bottom of the 6th. We're not quite to that point in the game yet where I care that much. Here's Buddy Kerr, takes a strike, and then a little ground ball over to third. Jones has it, throws the first one away. Here's Mickey Livingston, takes a strike. Livingston now the catcher for the Giants. Ground ball to third. Jones throws to first. There's 2 away, and here's Willard Marshall. 1 for 3 so far today. Takes a ball, and another ball, 2-0 the count. There's a strike to him. It's 2-1. That's a breaking ball inside low. Full 3-1, on Marshall. Now the count's full as he fouls one away. And he didn't check his swing that time on the appeal. They call that a strike 3. He went around, and so we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. It'll be Eddie Miller here for the Phillies. 0 for 2 so far today up against Red Webb. Red Webb, the pinch hitter. And hits a ground ball, does Miller over to shortstop. Kerr has it, throws to first, 1 away. Blake Donnelly comes up, his 3rd at-bat of the season, and he gets a base hit right down the first base line. So how about that? How do you like them apples? So we got a 5-5 ball game. Runner on at first base for the Phillies, though it's the pitcher. Up comes Andy Semenick, who's 1 for 2 today and has scored a run. There's a strike in there to Semenick, 0-1. And a ball on him, 1-1 the count. Inside, just misses. 2-1, now 3-1 on Andy. He'll take this one. And there's a strike. Full count now on Semenick. And that's high for ball 4. And there's runners on at first and second. Here now is Dale Ennis. So runners on at first and second here for the Phillies. Key moment of this ball game, bottom of the 6th inning. Ennis is 2 for 3, and he's driven in 2, scored 1. There takes a strike and another strike, a little bit high, 0-2 the count, and he chases that one up and away. That's what happens. You get that high strike call. They have to chase after it. So there's 2 gone. And here's Granny Hamner. And there's a ball inside on Hamner, 1-0. It's fouled away. 1-1 the count on Granny. Ground ball, Gordon has it and goes over to third, unassisted. We go to the top of the 7th. Blix Donnelly stays in there and will pitch against Bill Rigney now. That's up for a ball, and then a strike on the edge, and another ball, 2-1 on Rigney now. Fly ball center field. Ashburn's got it for the out, 1 away. Sid Gordon takes a ball inside, 1-0, and there's a strike down in the zone, 1-1. Pop up, out of play, left side. Jones can't quite get there. 1-2 pitch is fouled away, still 1-2. There's ball 2 inside, 2-2 on Gordon, and that's high. Full count now on Sid. And that's swung on, just barely fouled away. Remains full, the count does on Sid Gordon. There's a ground ball left side. Jones has it, throws over to first base for the out, 2 away. And here comes Bobby Thomson. Thomson, of course, always dangerous, and he rips that one through the box. He is 4 for 4 today, and here comes Johnny Mize. Bobby Thomson hitting very, very well in this series. Mize fouls one away, 0-1. There's a ball down, 1-1 on Johnny, and that one misses, 2-1. Fouled off of Semenick, 2-2. Pop up over to the second baseman, Miller, who has it for the out, and we go to the bottom of the 7th, still tied at 5. It'll be Willie Jones. Willie Jones comes up, facing Andy Hansen, the new pitcher for the Giants. There's a ball to Jones. Ground ball now to second base, and Rigney has it, throws to first, 1 away. Bill Nicholson now, 1 for 3 today, is driven in 3. There he takes the ball. Pops one up, out of play, 1-1. 7.71 is Hansen's ERA, 1-0 this season, 7 innings pitched, 1-2 on Bill. It's fouled away again, still 1-2. Swing and a miss on that one, 2 gone. Here's Dick Sisler. Sisler takes the strike, hits that one deep to right field. That is over the head of Marshall, off the wall, and Sisler has an easy double. That'll bring up Richie Ashburn now. Runner on at first. Ashburn's 0 for 3. Runner on at second, my apologies. And they're going to walk Ashburn and get to Eddie Miller. So will be Miller here hitting. No pinch hitter coming in. He takes the ball low and away. There's a little ground ball over to Rigney at second base, and he bobbles that one, and that will allow the bases to be loaded, and that'll bring up Blix Donnelly. I was thinking about Blix being pinch hit for if he came up next inning. He comes up now, and so it'll be Putzi Caballero who will come in to pinch hit for him. Bases jammed for Caballero, who has 14 RBIs already this season, hitting .273. He takes a strike, 0-1. The swing and a miss, it's 0-2 on Putzi. There's a little roller down the right side, and Haas, the first baseman, has that and tags the batter coming down the line for the out, and we go to the top of the 8th inning. It'll be Charlie Bicknell who comes in, and it's been a lot of sort of frustration here for the Phillies. 5-5 the score remains, and here is Whitey Lockman to face Bicknell. Bicknell, the 4.70 ERA, throws a ball, and that one's fouled back, 1-1 on Lockman. 0-1 not the count, but the record for Bicknell, and Lockman hits that one. That's over to right center field, and Nicholson plays that one poorly, and Lockman's able to easily get to second base on a double. That'll bring up Bert Haas, who's now the first baseman for the Giants. He takes the ball, and that's just fouled away. 1-1 now on Burt. That's inside and low. 2-1 on Haas. And that's bounced over to second base. Miller has it, throws to first, and Lockman moves to third, 1 away. Here's Buddy Kerr. And there's going to be a pinch hitter. It's Pete Milne. I know that name. It's one of my favorite pinch hitters for the Giants. Milne with the runner on at third base, and there's a foul. We're going to play the infield in. I'm playing this wrong. There's a ball to Milne, 1-1 the count, and that's hit over to left field. That's an easy base hit, and Milne has driven it in, and that makes this a 6-5 ball game. Up now is Mickey Livingston, 6-5 Giants, and there's a strike in there to Livingston. Milne running to second. I think that was a hit and run. Let's take a look. Nope, that was a straight steal, and Milne makes it all the way to third base as Semenik's throw ends up going to the center field. And that means that the infield will come in again here against Livingston. And there is a fly ball over to left field. Ennis has that one for the out, and Milne is able to easily score on that one. It's a 7-5 ball game. Just like that, the Giants have found a way to make it happen, and that's why this team's in first place. I tell you, when you play through all of these games and you're paying attention to what's going on, you notice that these teams that tend to win over and over again can do stuff like that. There's a ball now to Willard Marshall, and then a little ground ball over to Miller at second, who makes the play on to first base, and we go to the bottom of the eighth inning, 7-5 Giants. Close game. Semenik takes the ball. Ground ball towards short. Lore can't handle that one, and that's through to left field for a base hit for Andy. That'll bring up Del Ennis. Let's see if the Phillies can come back now. Ennis takes the ball, 1-0. And there's a ground ball right of third base. Gordon has that one. Third baseman throws over to Rigney at second for 1. Relay throw on to first, not in time. And Ennis is there on first base on the fielder's choice. That'll bring up Granny Hamner, 1 away. The ball to Granny and a swing and a miss. 1-1. That's fouled back. It's 1-2 on Hamner. Ground ball to Gordon again, and he throws to second for 1, and they can't get the double play. So there's 2 away. Here comes Willie Jones, who's 0 for 3 today. Did score a run. Ground ball left side. Lork has the throws to first, and we go to the top of the 9th inning. It'll be Bill Rigney up here for the Giants. 7-5 ball game. Was a close game. Now it's not quite as close. 1-1 the count now on Rigney. That's high. 2-1. There's ball 3 on him. 3-1 the count. Ground ball, and that's going to be over Bicknell's head, and that will end up being a bobble just enough by Bicknell to allow Rigney to make it to first. They're going to call that a hit, not an error. That'll bring up Sid Gordon. Hit number 11 for the Giants. Gordon takes the ball. And there's a line drive. Center field, Ashburn has that one. 1 away. Bobby Thomson now 4 for 4 today, and hits that one over to center field, and that is over the head of Ashburn, and it goes to the wall, and he's got an easy triple. It makes this an 8-5 ball game, and Bicknell's given up 3 runs here. I think it's time for some Ken Trinkle. So Bicknell will come out of this ball game, and we'll see if Ken can do something to at least stop the bleeding. Andy Hansen now takes a strike, 0-1. There's a ball, 1-1 the count. Only 1 out, and that's hit over to center field. Ashburn's got that one nice catch, and Thompson scores, and he has scored once again. He's scored 3 runs today, driven in 2, 5 for 5. 2 away now for Whitey Lockman. Man, Bobby Thompson, what a heck of a game. And that's a fly ball by Lockman. First pitch swinging over to Ashburn in center field for the out. And here we go to the bottom of the 9th, 9-5 the score. And here's Bill Nicholson, who takes a strike and a ball. So there's another ball on Nicholson, 2-1. Bobby Thompson, the big story here, 2-2 the count on Nicholson. And then that's high, full count now on Bill. Thompson 5 for 5 today, has scored 3 runs himself. And Nicholson fouls 3 balls in a roll off. It's still a full count on him, and that's just below the knees for ball 4. And that'll bring in another new pitcher for the Giants. It'll be Ray Poet with Nicholson on at first base. Nobody out here bottom of the 9th, and here comes Dick Sisler. So, of course, we're going to run Nicholson. Ray Poet, 7.20 ERA. And that was a swing and a miss by the batter, and that was Nicholson being thrown out at second base on the stolen base attempt. So now there's 1 out, nobody on base. Nicholson this season stolen 2 and has caught 2 times as opposed to only 1 steal and no caught stealing in real life. So we've been a little bit too aggressive with him. Line drive by Sisler into center field for a base hit. That's hit number 10 for the Phillies, and you kind of wish that you still had that runner on base. Richie Ashburn now takes a ball high, 1 away. Bottom of the 9th, down by 4. Another ball, and then a strike as he swings and misses to that one. 2-1 the count. Another swing and a miss. It's 2-2 on Richie, and that's high, full count now on Ashburn, and he takes that one low, and he takes a stroll down to first base. It brings up Eddie Miller. Miller not doing much with the bat at all. And we're going to have Buddy Blattner come in to pinch hit for him. We probably should have done this earlier. Blattner's hitting 249, 7 at-bats, great stats. So let's see if he can do it again. He takes one outside, 1-0, and there's another ball to him, 2-0. It's fouled away. It's 2-1 now, Buddy. That's tight for a ball, 3-1 the count. There's another strike. It's 3-2. Popped up out of play. 3-2 remains, full count. There's a ground ball over to Rigney, and he has it, flips over to second, not in time. That'll be an infield hit for Blattner, and that brings up Trinkle's spot. So the bases are loaded here, and who is going to come in? It's Holmig or Lopata, and taking a quick look at the power, it's probably Lopata, the backup catcher, who will come in. We'll have him just come into pinch hit. He has 2 home runs already this season. There's a strike in there to him, 0-1. That's popped up out of play. It's 0-2 quickly on Stan. That's fouled away again, 0-2. And that's a little ground ball by over to short. Lork has it, steps in the bag for 1, and throws over to the first baseman for the double play, and that does it for this game. Giants win this one 9-5. It was closer than it looks, and so there you have it. New York Giants regain their good lead over the Pirates in first place of the National League. Hope you've enjoyed this one, and I'll talk with you again tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.